let's talk about the World Cup of basketball. Can we switch to actual basketball on the court? Because I love international basketball. International basketball to me, because it's about, you mentioned alpha males earlier, Webby. I love international ball because when we were, us growing up, forget about the dream team and all that stuff. I'm talking about Dirk having to play every single summer for Germany and drop like 40 a game just to try to like qualify for these tournaments.
Luka, that's like Luka with Slovenia, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anybody else on that team, but Luka is killing it.
I'm excited for this tournament. And I think even the fact that the US is probably bringing, I don't know what you would call this, their D team.
I like this team.
But I'm saying I like it. I like it for that reason, no?
I mean, they have a team that makes sense playing together. Like, they may not be the flash. You may not have Ja Morant, or you may not have LeBron.
Ja Morant.
Why did you start with Ja Morant?
American-born, good young American-born basketball.
Yeah, I just figured you would have started with LeBron and Durant, but
No.
Curry.
No. I'm talking about young, right?
Okay.
Because these guys are already 35 and older, right? I think Curry just turned 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're getting old. Like, they're not in this. So I'm just trying to think of younger American players that you could have brought, right? So Trae Young, like I said,
Trae Young can get out of here too.
Ja Morant, like, they'd be good, but you're thinking more of that like early 2000s team that wasn't very good. That was they plucked the best guys. What I like about this team is that it was obviously built with how these guys can play together, and once they kind of coagulated, I don't know if that's the right word.
Go for
Again, down to Germany, they found the lineup that could take them the rest of the way. Like, I love this team. I just think they're great. And listen, Austin Reeves, where I've been with Austin Reeves.
I'm surprised you don't got the jersey on, man.
Guy's sick, man. And like Ant, obviously I've been a huge Ant guy.
Okay, so that's my big takeaway so far is like every single report and highlight is like, yo, this guy is actually the man.
Monster.
Like,
but we've
the
known
man
that.
and poised to be. No, we've known that, but like there's like, okay, I play for a middling, pretty bad Western Conference team where like guys clearly don't like each other. It's just nice to see him go in a room full of good players and be like, I am the best one here, and I am going to be the one. Like, I'm going to be the one. If we do anything this tournament, it's going to be because I am balling.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hell yeah. And that's what I mean, right? Like, you're getting, when you have any form of that where there's clearly a bunch of NBA players in the room, like that's where you see the alpha male, the alpha dog, the real one step up to be like, hey, no, I got this. And they were down, like 17 to Germany or whatever it was. Yeah. And Ant-Man's just like, nope, don't worry. Sure. Get on my back. And then Halliburton chips in, Reeves chips in. But like, as you said, they find their kind of rotation down the stretch, or who your guys are, who your dogs are that you're going to be able to trust down the stretch. Because it's a different ball game than, the lack of defense that you might have, or the defense that you have to play in international basketball, because there's so much movement and off-ball screens and stuff. So that's going to be fun. Team Canada, what are our expectations here? Are you guys into this? I know the games are early in the morning. It's at like 9 a.m. You got like one super early 5 a.m. game. But bottom line, though, this is really the best team internationally that Canada's been able to put together. No Jamal Murray, but you still have a roster filled with NBA guys. Is it medal or bust? Like, will you be mad if Canada doesn't medal?
I mean, I think I'm really excited for it. Like, the early games are tough. I work nights. I'm not going to lie. The early games are tough, but I'm really excited for it. The Jamal Murray thing's a bummer for sure. But as you said, probably the best roster they've had, still a bunch of NBA talent. And I mean, look, it's funny coming into this, as a North American generally, because we have no idea how good the actual European teams are. You know what I mean? Some of these pros over there are sick and are made for the kind of world game and whatever. So I don't know about medal or bust, but if they get out of this tournament and somehow haven't qualified for the Olympics, they've got to be one of the top two teams
in
the
the Americas. Yeah.
And so if they don't finish, I think it's a huge disappointment if they're not qualified for the Olympics after this. That's a total bust to me.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. This has to be the moment that you do that and you figure out a way to qualify. And I mean, you look at it, it should be the US and Canada as the top two teams in the Americas for sure. But yeah, I think you have a good balance of team because you have guys like Dort and you have guys like Dylan Brooks who don't necessarily need the ball, but they can play like a huge part of your team defensively, which is massive. And then you let Shea and you let RJ cook, like they got to know that you got to get buckets every night though, which is kind of where I think you're going to, it's tough not having Jamal Murray, because just having that breakdown at the end where you need a bucket. Can you get a bucket? Might be too much on Shea alone to carry that on his own, but it's going to be fun. Like, I love basketball. And so to have, listen to this guy blowing smoke into the mic is so.
Oh, sorry. I should have muted. Sorry, I should have muted.
That's so good.
My bad.
Well, we hope Canada puts up the tournament all in smoke, right? That's a hope anyways. That's a hope.
What's cool about the FIBA World Cup and international basketball kind of over the last 20, 30 years is that these games seem way more even just because of the influx of international talent. And then a lot of American-born players now are second generation, so they're opting to play for those teams. Like, when you said that Bahamas thing, I looked at the Bahamian team, man, and like DeAndre, they got a legit squad. They got a couple of NBA players.
Well, they just beat Argentina.
That's what I mean. Like 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, Bahamas wouldn't even sniff their jock. And now, because they have these NBA players, they're able to put competitive teams out there, and it gets more competitive rather than seeing the same 3 or 4 teams in the Final Four. Maybe we'll have a run with a team that you wouldn't expect.
Paolo had laced him up for Italy, right? Before turning coat and joining the Americans. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So
Tones, Paolo, you're out on Paolo now, eh? Tones?
What play on coat, Tones?
Yeah.
Bancaro?
Yeah, he played for the Italian team.
He can play for the States, Mexico, and Italy. With
Paolo played for the Italian team, and then when he got the call up to the US, he was like, "Nah, I'm out of here. I'm saying goodbye to the Azzurri."
He was born for it.
Jones, they were angry, man.
My boy Paul's.
They were pissed.
They're super pissed
Italian
because
guys hated him.
So he said that he was going to play for them like years in advance. And so they had all this stuff planned. Obviously, like he would be the face of their program, right? And so Grant Hill, when he took over USA Basketball, obviously they got Dookie connections, dirty Dookies, but he obviously, convinced them and said, hey, like it's more like you should want to be a part of the US team because it's the best team, gold medal, plus the workout and training during the summer, be better for your NBA game. He just convinced them. And Steve, obviously
this is real.
Yeah. No, there's like if you read the article, like the Italian Federation came out and he was cheap.
You hate him now.
No, you gotta hate him.
You hate him now. You hate him now.
Fuck that. I love him.
What do you mean?
He turned his back on the flag.
I'll give you some backstory. I'll give you some backstory, okay? I am an Italian citizen. It's not hard to become an Italian citizen. You literally fill out 2 pieces of paper and boom, you're a citizen. Like my dad was like, I was like 18 and he's like, you want to do this? I was like, yeah, sure. It took literally 10 minutes. And we got the thing in the mail like 3 months later. It was done. I was like, this is great. So let's make her relax.
Yeah, Tones, the quote from the Italian Federation president, Gianni Petrucci, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, said, quote, betrayal, especially in basketball, is a strong word. Situations like this happen. And personally, I'm used to it. But he fooled us.
Jones, you were made to look a fool.
He's gonna be hanging by a meat hook, bro.
So amazing. One hell of a quote.